Managing the Classroom by Carolina Benalcácer,
Morelia Garzón,
and Felipe Santamaria.
Classroom Management. The way how we manage the classroom is a vital factor. For that reason, we need to keep in mind the following variables. This includes how the space in the classroom is organized and the way in which students work. For instance, to work by themselves or in groups. It's important to consider the classroom time as well. Furthermore, how we use our voice and the way we talk are key factors in classroom management. In order to manage a class successfully, we have to be able to deal with difficult situations.
The teacher in the classroom. The physical presence can play a large part in the classroom. The way the teacher moves and stands and the degree to which they are physically demonstrative can have a clear effect on the management of the class. We have to consider some aspects. Proximity. Teachers have to consider how close they should be to the students. Some students can feel uncomfortable if the teacher is too close to them. Appropriacy. All the positions teachers take, like sitting on the floor or on the edge of tables, create strong statements on how a teacher is. So we have to be accurate in our attitude in class. Movement. Movement is a really important thing to consider. Motionless teachers can be boring, while the ones who move a lot can bother students. Awareness. Finally, it's important to say that good teachers have to be aware of their students, what they like, which economical and social status have, and so on.
Using the voice. We as future English teachers, it's necessary to know that the voice is the most important instrument to give a good class. However, when considering the use of the voice in the management of teaching, there are 3 issues to think about. First issue is the audibility. Teachers must be audible. It's important that all the students can hear them during the class. So, teachers need to have good voice projection. Second issue is the variety. It's really important for teachers to change the quality of their voices because they have to use different ways to give an instruction. For example, when a teacher wants a student to be quiet, he uses very loud voices. Third issue is the conservation. As I said before, the voice is the instrument for the teachers, so they have to take care of their voices. They must have to vary their voices throughout the day because they have to conserve their vocal energy. Conserving the voice is one of the most things teachers will want to take into account when planning a day's work.
Talking to students. The way teachers talk to the students is very important, since they have to create rapport with them. Teachers have to route-tune language. Route-tuning language is the simplification of which both parents and teachers make in order to increase the chances of their being understood. To rough-tune the language, teachers have to be aware of 3 things. First, the student language, in other words, the student's slang. Second, teachers have to think what they wish to say. Finally, the manner in which they will speak. Apart from those 3 things, teachers have to use the physical movements and gestures.
Giving instructions. This issue of how to talk to students becomes impossible when we give them instruction. However, there are 2 general rules of giving instructions. First, teachers must be kept as simple as possible and be logical. Second, teachers have to check that the students have understood what they are being asked to do. Also, teachers can ask for help. A member of the class can translate instructions into their mother tongue.
Student talk and teacher talk. Classes are sometimes criticized because there are too much teacher talking time. In other words, the overuse of teacher talking time is inappropriate because it reduces the chances that students have to practice their speaking. On the other hand, good teacher talking time has some benefits. For example, it can be useful when the teacher knows how to often. It means that the teacher uses a vocabulary that his or her students can understand, so it makes easier the student's language acquisition. The best lessons are ones where the student talking time is maximized. However, it's important to keep in mind that neither too much teacher talking time nor less student talking time is right. Good teachers use their common sense and experience to get the right balance.
Using the L1. All people have a language and it's called the mother tongue. Beginner students tend to use the EL1, the mother tongue, and they try to translate everything. However, teachers have to create an English environment. English have to be used as often as possible, but in some special cases, teachers can use the L1, mother tongue.
Creating lesson stages. If teachers want to have a good class during the day, they have to include different stages in their lessons. First of all, teachers can use different ways that the students' attention is aroused so that they become engaged. Then, teachers have to tell the students what they will be doing or what they can achieve as a result of what they are going to do. However, in some cases, teachers don't always need to explain exactly what they are going to do. Finally, when an activity has finished, teachers need to motivate them and give some idea of what they will be doing next.
Different seating arrangements. Orderly rows. Having a student sit in rows allows the teacher to see everyone in the class, and students can see the teacher as well. It's a good option to make easier lecturing. Orderly rows also imply teachers working with the whole class, such as explaining a grammar point.
Circles and horseshoes. This seating arrangement is used in a small class. With circles and horseshoes, there is far greater feeling of equality than when the teacher stays out at the front.
Separate tables. When students sit in small groups and individual tables, it is much easier for the teachers because he can walk around checking the students' work and helping out if they are having problems.
Different student groupings. Whole class. This arrangement is useful to share information and practice. In addition, it can be dynamic and motivating.
There are other arrangements, such as group work and pair work, solo work, and class to class. Thank you.